Real quick, I want to talk about the rules I used in order to count battles as won by Hop alone. Obviously, it's required to have a Pokemon in my party to enter a fight, and I have to have at least one Pokemon in my party that has not and will not faint to continue the fight. But if my Pokemon can take every hit while Hop attacks, then it's not really Hop winning by himself, so I'm restarting fights if my Pokemon is targeted for an attack instead of Hop. Moves that hit multiple targets are allowed though, since it still damages Hop and most Pokemon in multi-battles are programmed to spam attacks that hit both of us. So I can't soak damage for Hop, then the rule to follow would be that I can't deal damage either. Not only that, any move that would benefit Hop, like Decorate for example, is banned. I will only be using moves that don't contribute to the battle in any way. A few important things to note are Hop always brings 3 Pokemon that will be evolutions of the ones listed later in the game to multi-battles. Wooloo, Rookidee, and whatever starter is weak to yours. And I start with a specific Pokemon in these fights to lower the odds of being targeted. For example, the Nickit always uses Quick Attack, so I brought a Ghost Pokemon. The Zigzagoon only uses Snarl, so there's no worry about being targeted by him. I make a few exceptions to these rules in ways that don't ruin this video's concept too much because each fight took hours to grind a decent attempt. I'll explain why I don't think they diminish the concept that much when we get there. The next two multi-battles are directly after the one I just showed with no time to save in between them. To make matters worse, double does so little damage that I'm eventually going to get hit every time. I tried for hours with no progress. It's probably possible for Hop to win alone, but the AI might have some weird quirk that makes it impossible to do. If Hop has a different starter, he might send it out before Corviknight, but I'm not restarting my game again just to find out that he doesn't. The thing that makes this so frustrating is that there's a cutscene for every multi-battle, which sucked for the previous ones, but this has multiple cutscenes and battles before the next fights. So I have to do those before even attempting the multi-battles that I care about. To add insult to injury, I have to send in the Pokemon that I want in to lower the odds of being attacked first in the other battles, so I have to spend a turn switching to a Pokemon that can easily finish the first battle. It takes roughly 7 minutes to go through one attempt, and of all the ways to lose my sanity, I don't want it to be because Hop sucks, so eventually I had to give up. At first it looks like there might be hope for Hop to beat the other two coolest characters. Golisopod often uses First Impression on Double, and Bronzong uses Light Screen. Two Double Edges forces Golisopod out, but Bronzong still hits me. And what do you know, each retry takes 40 seconds to start the battle thanks to a cutscene. If both Pokemon attack double, Corviknight is usually sent out next and can almost take out Golisopod. Fortunately, it still forces an emergency exit, but Corviknight can't do much to Steel-type Pokemon, so I get hit. Most of the time I get hit on the first turn, like 75% of the time unfortunately. Cinderace is the best Pokemon for this. As long as Golisopod is dealt with, Cinderace can do a lot. Cinderace can't even one-shot the Doublade, and I keep getting hit, so I have to give up this fight too. Hop might be able to win with a lot of critical hits, but those would also require him to use the right moves on the right Pokemon and not miss, so the odds are way too low. A critical hit on Golisopod doesn't even knock him down to half.